All right, so
I have to give you a little bit of credit for this.
Yeah, we can overdub it later. Just saying.
haven't had any crazy stories about. Oh wait, no, I do. I got robbed at gunpoint, mugged.
Checking for me, but I ain't checking for them. No.
it's sleazy real estate guys. But all right, guys. So another episode of the EP podcast here, and I got my good friend Rico Jr. because I don't know his last name. We're gonna have to go through that. So you want to shake my hand?
We're not going through all that.
Please shake my hand. We shake everybody's hands here. Have you not seen the podcast?
Yeah.
So what's going on, buddy? How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for being here today. I know we spoke about you. I know we spoke about you coming here months ago. I think it was last year, right? In December.
Yeah. Yep.
December, and we were kind of like off of it a little bit, but we were like, we set a date on it, and you remembered it because you actually set it on your calendar.
I like,
which is respectable.
I did.
I appreciate that.
I was like, this is very important. So I had. It's very important. It is.
It's important, but it's not formal at all, right? It's a good time. We're just chilling, kicking back with the boys.
A little bit tight.
Oh my god! This is the kind of episode we're gonna have.
A little there.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we have my boy Rico here in the background. We have plenty of good friends. They're on here just kicking it, chatting it up. We're gonna make this one an interesting one. Is what I heard. I should be getting ready for. So,
bring it on.
As every other episode, let's go through how we met. So, how did we meet, Rico?
I've definitely got to say, I probably met you through Mylan.
Who's Mylan? Who's Mylan?
So he was here a couple episodes ago, and he's gonna show his face a little bit. There he is.
That's Mylan.
There he is.
Mylan episode coming soon.
Yeah, if you don't know somebody, just ask Mylan. He just introduced you.
So
to
yeah, so is that what happened?
I believe so. I know, like, we got drunk, and yeah, that's about it. That's how it goes, isn't it?
That's how best relationships are built, isn't it?
Yeah.
The ones that you can't remember.
Yeah.
The ones that you can't remember, the ones you don't want to forget, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So no, here's the thing. First impression of you. One, how tall are you?
I am 6 feet tall.
You're 6 feet tall, but you're also stacky. You're also stacky,
I'm all right.
right? Like I see Mylan and I see Rico. I'm like, this is like Rico's like bodyguard or something, man. Dude looks creepy. He looks he to put it in perspective, he has kind of like a power lifter build, kind of stuff like that. But kind of like a Mortal Kombat Mortal Kombat like character build kind of stuff, right? And then literally you see that at front, but then when you like spend like literally 10 seconds with him, he's like the nicest guy ever. He's like literally just like, that's what's going on, man? What's going on, man? And shit like that.
If I know you or you're friends with my friends, I'll be nice and everything. But if I don't know you and you act all a little weird or like, something, that's when I put my guard up. So
I think the first time we ever connected, just you and I, you're fine. Just don't do it again.
Yeah. Something's in the back of my throat. It's been there for quite some time.
Oh my jeez. Okay, so no, I think the first time we were connected was when we went to Deer Park. For those people that don't know, Deer Park is a bar at their local college campus, the University of Delaware, and it was specifically on a pitcher night. And for those that don't know, pitcher night, it happens every Thursday night. We could go in and have a pitcher of fun, right? So I saw Rico there with Mylan and the whole gang, and I think first thing I said to Rico when he showed up with Mylan, I was like, what's Rico doing? Politicking?
Mylan.
What was Mylan doing? Politicking?
Was that the first time we met?
I think that wasn't the first time we met, but I think that's the first time that we had some sort of connection.
Okay.
Some sort of connection because
my God, I do remember that.
Yeah. And then you laughed your ass off. Actually, I think you liked the joke so much that you posted on your Snapchat afterwards.
I did.
And said Mylan was politicking.
I was like, damn, this guy had it. He had it on the dot.
Exactly. And why did I say that? Why did I say?
Okay, so the reason why we say Mylan politics, and now that's become like a normal thing, is because you ever see politicians walk into a room and just shake everybody's fucking hand? They're like, "Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Hello." That's literally Mylan. He just goes up to everybody. You can't even catch it. Like, you can't say anything to him as soon as he walked into a bar. He's going around everywhere and shaking everybody's hands, hugging everybody. Yeah. That's it. It's just
Kissing babies.
They're kissing babies.
Babies, like some girl. I just swear, some girl walked up to him the other day and was like, "Can you sign my tits?" And like,
no way, for real?
Hey, yo,
Did you? Did you?
I would have loved to be there if that happened.
Oh, so he was there but not there.
He was there. Yeah, he wasn't mentally there. No. But I was like, where'd you get this pen from? Like, what?
Think of a politician, but he's also your best friend in a no camera scenario. So he's wilding out, but also extremely friendly with everybody, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
and then we all want to kill him because he's always doing shit, and it's making everybody late.
Oh no, it's fine.
That's right. Now
It's kind of like you know what you're getting into, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you
You
expect
definitely
anything
did.
else, then that's really on you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
In his defense,
you. Y'all know my flaws.
But then again, you're also like really like expecting Miley to get here on
Well,
time.
yeah,
So
because
it's like,
let me give you an example. So I was supposed to be here at 7:30 today, and what time did I get here? Like 8 o'clock.
it's all right, man.
And because
So-
of who?
yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
It's all right. I mean, we're all
It's
friends.
it's Miley Reed, not Miley right on time.
Take the bad with the good. There's a lot more good than bad.
yeah, that's what I say.
So all right. So yeah, we met through Milan. We
Right.
had some good interactions with one another. We've been partying it up since. It's been now
yeah.
what, almost a year now? Has it been almost a year now?
Almost, yeah.
Time flies.
Yeah.
You know, time flies when you have fun. Time flies when you have fun. So, but you know, I was telling this with all of my other party friends. It's hard to know somebody when you're in such a noisy environment and there's a
Yeah.
lot of like dancing and sweating
Right.
and stuff going on because you're not really focused
not
on
talking
getting to know,
anything. Yeah.
you know, like your social security number or something like
Right,
that,
right.
right?
Which you know mine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I thought this would be an opportunity for us to like get to know each other in that
Oh
aspect.
yeah, that's great. That sounds great.
So who is Rico outside of Deer Park, Kate's,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Trolley,
All right.
Boyer?
So outside of the whole party, okay, outside of the whole party thing, I do security work. I'm a corporate security specialist is what my title is. I also bounty hunt. I got some other things, but I'm going to get into that a little bit later. So
Okay, so let's unpack that a little bit.
Yeah.
Security and bounty hunting. First off, what is security?
So I just basically make sure, like, okay, so I work for this company that has a lot of people come in and start acting crazy because they didn't pay a bill and, like, you know, things didn't work out for them. So
Is that bounty hunting?
no, there's
Okay.
just security.
Okay.
Yeah. So they'll come in and they'll start freaking out on everybody and saying, like, you know, I paid my bill and blah, blah. But we, you know, obviously we have records of it. We
Right.
didn't pay anything.
Right.
And they'll try to argue, try to fight people, like literally physically fight people. Or a couple of recent events that I've had was like suspicious packages has been sent to us.
Okay.
So having to deal with that. Mostly just physical things is what they call me for.
And then you're there to like mediate everything, just kind of just keep things under control and safe.
That, and then if you know things start getting out of hand, then that's when I step in, and then I'm like, all right, you gotta either leave, or if you're gonna keep acting up, then we have a problem, and now I'm gonna have to start taking action.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you even end up doing something like that?
Well, I wanted to go into law enforcement since I was like as young as I can remember. So I kind of wanted to be on that path, but then after trying out, and then I've seen a lot of things. I'm like, you know what? That's not for me.
Okay.
Especially these days, a lot of things going on with cops and whatnot. So
Yeah.
it's not looking too good.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So you said since you were like young, you wanted to get into law enforcement. Did that inspiration come from somewhere, like in the family, in the household?
No,
Like, or it
actually,
just-
I'm the. So the funny thing is, I'm actually the only one that really wants to do that, or has looked into being a first responder and whatnot. What's funny is my dad would always tell me stories. Like he's like, "Why would you want to be a cop and whatnot?" And I'm like, "Cause why not? Like you're standing up for the little guys. You're always protecting people and whatnot." But years later, I find out why he's asking me, "Why do you always want to be a cop?" And it's because my dad always used to be like the bad guy, and so he would do something, get arrested, and then he would hate the cop that arrested him. So he'd get bailed out,
Yeah.
wait outside, and as soon as that cop stepped out, he would beat the crap out of him.
Oh, snap.
And then he's like, "Yeah." So my dad was like, "Cops are like nothing. Like, why would you want to be that type or that person and whatnot?" But yeah, after I guess he moved here, and then he was just like, "Okay, like whatever, do whatever you want."
Okay.
But yeah, none of my family members are very like happy about me trying to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it one of those things where they just ask you 1,000 questions when they all get together, or what is that? What is that environment like? When you're the one that is doing something different.
Yeah, they're definitely like, why would you want to get into something like that? Like, why do you want to put your life at risk and whatnot? But yeah, it's always the same questions.
How does Rico feel about it? Doing what he does.
I like what I do. It's okay. Like I said, like I like helping people out and whatnot. But for being a cop and these days, like everybody's hating cops and whatnot. I don't want to get in it.
Were you ever the little guy?
I was not.
Okay.
And what's funny is if you're not the little guy, you're always that big person like bullying people. I wasn't that either because when I was younger, my dad was always like I was always big when I was a kid, like not like fat, but like bigger. And so he was always like protect other people, like if they're getting bullied or something, like stand up for them. So I was always that type of person, and I liked it.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So how did you get into bounty hunting?
So I was getting my security license for Delaware and doing everything. And then my instructor was also a bounty hunter.
Okay.
And so he was telling me, stories about what he's done. And he was telling me, like how to do it and whatnot. So I was like, you know what, I'm actually interested in this. So I started taking the class, went through courses, and then got licensed, and then just started doing it. Yeah.
That's awesome. How long have you been doing that for?
About 5 years now.
5 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been doing it the same amount of time that you've been doing security?
No.
So are you still doing security?
Yeah.
Okay,
so I
how-
started security when I was 18. And
Oh, wow.
I've
Okay.
been doing it till now. But bounty hunting was 21 and then till now.
21 until now,
Yeah.
and you've been doing security since 18.
Right.
What has been your craziest experience with security?
With security, oh God.
Obviously, you don't have to give away any details that you don't
No,
wanna give away.
yeah. So I used to work at St. Francis Hospital,
Okay.
and doing security there was a lot of fun.
Okay.
Because if you're not familiar with the area, Wilmington is a pretty bad area, but it's just you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I've been in fights. There's been times where there's like gun threats.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think, a lot of overdoses happening.
Yeah.
So that whole like place was just an experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So going into bounty hunting, you've been you've been doing security longer, but
Right.
you've been doing bounty hunting for some time now.
Right.
What about that? What has been your crazy experience there?
Craziest thing I would probably say, all right, so like on a good side, it's like I got licensed, and then within like 4 hours later, I ended up arresting the person that I was looking for.
Oh shit. Okay.
So like that was like a really quick I got licensed, I got a case like maybe an hour later, and then 3 hours later I found the guy.
what was going through your head?
I just thought like this can't be real life. Like I was like this is wild. Like why am I doing this?
Yeah.
But we were watching the guy, or we were watching his house, and he just happened to come outside of his house and just started smoking a blunt.
Okay.
And I was like, is that our guy? Like, because I was working with a couple of other people. And I was like, is that our guy? And then, we all looked for a second. And we're like, that is. And I was like, wow, like that happened really fast. So we ran up on him. They teach you like
Professionally.
Yeah, right. Always have your gun out, and you can't expect anything. So just be prepared. Oh yeah, no, it's out. Like it's pointed on him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So it's pointed on him.
Mylan asked real quick if when he takes action, does he approach the what do you call him, a suspect or the what is their name?
I guess the
What do you-
perp.
the what?
The perp.
The perp.
Yeah,
And what is-
perpetrator.
okay. So the perp, they ask him, do they approach it with gun down or
Or
gun
the
up?
fugitive, I guess.
Apparently, it's straight to them.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Because so the reason why we do that is because you never know. Like, so sometimes we'll have to go into houses. You never know what's on the other side of the door.
Right.
So they always teach you, have your gun out and be ready. But this guy just happened to be outside. I mean, we seen him. He didn't look like a threat or anything, but it was like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So it's dark. No light in the backyard or anything. So we walk up to him, and as soon as we see him, we have our like flashlights on and everything. So we'll turn it on, and then we're like, get on the ground. But then he runs into his shed,
Okay.
and I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
like,
'cause you could
what's on
never
the other
know.
side of the
Yeah,
shed,
yeah.
So he ends up giving up, and then that made like Delaware's line for bounty hunters was like these new guys really just caught somebody in like 3 hours
Jeez.
after being like, or 4 hours after being licensed.
I have a question. Do you divide the bounty and how many ever guys you have, or is it kind of like it's my bounty, you guys are just helping me, I get the majority shares?
So we actually do divide it by everybody because
So hold on. What did Jesse just ask you? Just so we make sure we pick that up. No, I was so we could pick it up on the mic. I didn't hear you too well. So did you understand the question?
I did.
Okay. What was that
So
exactly?
he asked, do you guys split how much the bounty was, or do you keep
Oh,
it,
okay,
you
okay.
know, or
Yeah.
like have a certain percentage?
Okay.
No, we actually split it right down like I guess middle.
Wow.
Yeah. Because well, like so I'm also a squad leader. So like
Oh,
I don't
snap.
think your life is worth more than mine. I don't think someone else is worth more than yours. We're all there to do the same job, and we all want to get home safe. So I respect you, and I hope you respect me. So we're gonna pay you the same, just as much, as anybody else. So
Dang.
yeah,
So that's pretty interesting. Is that something in the learning that you do prior to that? That's something that you have to learn, like placing yourself in that position of leadership or stuff like that.
it's like I don't know. It's kind of like you just kind of have to have like common sense and training.
Okay.
A couple of guys that I was running with did not have the common sense of being a leader. They'll just kind of like, I mean, we've tried taking turns and seeing who has like, a good idea of what's going on. There's been multiple times where I try to give somebody else the leader position and be like, all right, you're taking point. And they'll just be like, all right, everybody just run in. And I'm like, run in the what? Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing? Where are we
Yeah.
going?
Like
Who's
SWAT
got
style
who?
kind of thing?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Like who has who's back and
Yeah,
whatnot. So yeah.
So is it when you guys before you guys even go out into the field, is it you guys are in behind the scenes, they should strategizing how to go about it and everything? What does that look like?
Literally
Without obviously giving away your actual play.
Well, we'll plan it out and say like this is what the house should look like. This is like the outline of it. We'll do like whole Google Maps research and then just kind of like try to see if we can get into a neighbor's house and see the layout and whatnot. Sometimes they'll let us come in and sometimes they won't, but we just got to go with what we got. So
Yeah.
we'll try to plan out as much as I can who's going where. There's always got to be somebody in the back because in case they run out through the back, someone's there.
Right.
So yeah, there's a lot of planning that goes into it. Yeah.
Gosh, it's so interesting. I cannot help but wonder, dude, you're not doing a regular line of work here, especially from what I've seen here. This is not the character I get to see you in at all.
Yeah.
So
That's because you only see me on the weekend.
exactly.
Yeah.
But do you feel any kind of way about the position you're in and how strategic and how serious and how risky your what you do is?
Fun fact, I actually sat in on the stakeout with him once before.
No way. Mylan is saying that he sat with Rico at a steak. Oh no, this is not gonna get this is not gonna get him in trouble. Is it? We could blur this out.
No, it's not going to.
Okay.
I'll have a question on him. That is a question. Are you not afraid to go out and be yourself in public? Do you put masks
Yeah.
So am I not afraid to be myself?
No, it's there's your line of duty, and then there's your life outside of duty. So do you feel like you is what you're trying to ask is do you ever feel like you need to look over your shoulder or stuff like that?
Yeah,
kind of
so I'm definitely always kind of aware of my situations. Like even if I do go out on the weekends, I'll have fun and whatnot. But I always know what's going on around me. This is a very common thing for people that know, but other people might not know. Is when you go into a restaurant, where do you and you get seated, right? Which way are you facing?
Hopefully not the wall.
So some people will say I'll just sit wherever on the table, and whatnot. But I'm the type of person that I need to see the exit or the entrance.
Yeah.
I have to be
I'm the
watching
same way.
that.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah. So there are some people that are aware of their situations and their surroundings, but some people aren't. But I definitely am. Yeah.
It's one of those things where the average Joe, their eye is trained to look at just pretty much what's in front of them. Where people that are trained such to do in your field, or in my personal experience, martial arts, is you learn to look at different body points.
Right.
See, not just what's in front of you, but also where their body language might be indicating what they might do next.
Right.
Is it kind of similar to that?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. You always want to look at people and see what they're doing. I always call it people watching. I'm constantly people watching. And then if I go into a new place that I don't know, I'm always looking up at the ceilings, trying to look at where the security cameras are, which way they're pointed. I mean, it's kind of weird, but it's just something that you just end up just keep doing. It just becomes a habit. So, yeah.
I've never been with you in that kind of scenario, but if I didn't know that you were doing that kind of line of duty, I would have never guessed that that's something that you're looking at. So how is it that you're able to blend that in so well with your personal life and still be able to have fun? without constantly feeling like you got to look over to your left, to your right, above, under, door, exit, all that stuff like that?
I don't know. It's just so natural to me now. Like
It just became second nature.
Yeah. I'm just always just constantly looking around. Like, I mean, you can see me at a restaurant or at a, going out to a bar or something.
Yeah.
I will never just sit still and just stare at one thing. I'll always be moving around, like constantly watching different things.
Do you ever feel anxious about that?
No.
Okay.
No, I think it's just normal now,
To me, it's I relate to some extent. I mean, you're in the line of work where you do have to be aware of all those things. Personally, I'm not. But just from my personal experience, I feel like I always have to look at, my nearest exit or see who's around and see what's going on and kind of stuff like that. That's like when I go out, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I'm always like looking around, seeing what's going on, kind of stuff like that. It almost like gives me like a little bit of anxiety.
Oh, does it?
So how do you, and you might not even know the answer to this because you say it's second nature to you, but like, how do you like kind of not get anxious about this kind of thing?
I want to say maybe like just knowing where the exit points are just in case something happens.
Yeah.
Just kind of puts me more at ease.
Yeah.
Like some people would just be like, oh, I walk into this place and this is the entrance exit and then that's it. But then I'm always looking for like, what if that entrance is blocked or something?
Yeah.
Oh, I can see there's another exit like behind me or something.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, there's some way I can get out if that happens.
Are you ever concerned with the people that you take care of in the sense of like when you're at work and you put these people away? Are you ever worried about once they get out, they might kind of be out to get you, kind of thing?
No.
Okay, why is that?
Because we use well, we don't try to like say our real names or
Okay.
give them any information of who we are, where we live, or anything like that. So
you're not Rico.
No. No. That's what you think I am. No.
I was questioning Junior, but Rico, okay.
Yeah. No.
Rico, just no suave.
Yeah.
No swab.
Nope. Just plain old Rico. But yeah.
Wait, where did you get Rico from? Is that also confidential?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
Junior is because there was another Rico and he was like, you know what, you're my son, so I'm gonna give you this.
Oh
Junior.
shit. Okay.
So there was it was back in high school, but yeah.
You got inaugurated into the Rico League.
Yeah, I guess so.
My
yeah.
man, that's what I'm
Can't
talking
say
about.
what it was about, but
Jeez, it's hard for me to ask questions about what's up. Oh, he got knighted. Yeah. It's hard for me to ask questions about that specific field because I don't know anyone else in that kind of field.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of glad. I'm not kind of. I am glad that I do now because it's different things that you can relate on, such as we're talking about awareness of the room or stuff like that.
Right.
But is there something that maybe in your line of work with the everyday people that you could share about how they could be more safe where they are, and just based on what you learned?
The biggest thing that I've realized is people they are not aware of their surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could literally just walk up to somebody and just punch them in the face, and then
Yeah.
they're like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah. They just get jumped.
Yeah, basically. So always just kind of just keep what I always say is keep your head on a swivel. Just constantly just look around. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Don't worry about looking crazy and whatnot. It's for your safety, So just be more aware of your surroundings. Is something that's a big thing that a lot of people are just not doing.
Is this something you see yourself doing in the next 5 years?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
It's fun. It's thrilling. You get an adrenaline from it, so yeah.
Okay. Is it one of? Do you get nervous before you do it, and then the adrenaline kicks
No,
in?
you just get hype. You just like, especially if you know where that person is and you're ready to go in. You're like, let's fucking do this. Like, you're fucking pumped.
Oh.
Yeah.
You said your first bounty was literally a few hours after you got your license. Did you feel that same way you just described when that happened? Because I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Going into the field that quickly for your first time. I was just
So
No, for my first time when I popped my
so-
cherry, no.
So my cousin Juan, real quick.
Oh yeah.
Oh jeez, okay. This is why I repeat the questions
Yeah, I forgot.
because you would deal with when I pop my cherry.
Yeah, let's get some context. to that.
So my cousin Juan just asked, is that how it felt for you in your first time when you did your first bounty, that adrenaline rush and everything like that, as you described? Is that essentially what you asked, Juan?
yeah, because just because of how quick it happened. After
Yeah.
I got the license,
Yeah.
It's just amazing to me.
Right. Yeah. Was it?
Right. So when I popped my cherry,
Okay.
now,
Yeah.
into context, I was definitely like kind of nervous at first because I didn't know what to expect. This is my first catch. Like, you know, I can't believe that person is right there right now. And
Yeah.
it just happened like as soon as I got licensed. But however, like the adrenaline did kick in, and then, you know, I kind of was just like, you know what, like even though I feel, you know, really excited and this is happening and whatnot, like I got to keep focused. Like this is life or death, you know. And like I said, I've been doing security for a lot longer than bounty hunting, so I'm like, you know, I gotta calm down and just, you know, keep paying attention to what's going on around me. So I did feel very excited. The adrenaline was very high up there. But yeah, it's definitely different from then till from now. Yeah.
Okay. If I was ever bounty hunting Rico, I just want to say smoking an L at 2 a.m. is the way I would go, probably.
Jesse, you're smoking an L at any AM. From AA to PM into the AM.
Listen, you got an L, I'm caught. All right?
I'm definitely not hiring you for security. You gotta think you got secure 2 millions over here. But you know, that's so interesting to me because, like I said, I'd never met anyone like it before, and I never get to see you in that light. How do you, knowing all that now, how do you separate yourself with that and your fun life? Because the Rico I know,
Right.
the Rico I know is a good dancer.
A good dancer.
A good dancer.
A good dancer.
A good at having a great time. He has a great time. You know, now I see how you scope out the ladies.
Yeah,
The same way you scope out the bounty.
I ain't getting no ladies. All right. I ain't getting-
That's how humble he is. That's how he doesn't want to give that identity away neither. There might be
name.
he has a different name. There's Rico during the day, and then there's Rico during the night.
Yeah, no junior.
So how is your life outside of all of that? How do you manage it?
I mean, my life is good. Like I said, I keep it very low profile. A lot of my friends don't know I do bounty hunting, and that's a good thing. I mean, because I don't want that life brought up, and then like, well, now it's just kind of out there.
Yeah.
But, like it's just, I don't know. It's kind of easy to keep it separate.
Yeah.
So, especially the people that you're hunting aren't the same people that you're hanging out with.
Okay.
You know. So, yeah, I'll just stop it there before I say something bad.
Well, I remember when because I thought personally I get curious about people, right? And I the only reason I knew I was a bounty hunter was because we were at a very late night into Freddy's. Because for those people that hang out in New York, everybody knows that the spot to go to after the bars are closed is Freddy's, because it's essentially a nightclub without booze and food.
Yeah.
You know, it's like food subs to booze, right, kind of thing. And I was just trying to get to know you because and then you told me you were a bounty hunter. I was like, what the fuck?
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
not the answer.
I love telling people that because they're like,
well, here's the thing. You were hesitant in answering. You were hesitant. It's like you said, oh, I'm a bounty hunter. So it's like, why was that the kind of response you gave me? Is there some sort of way you feel about telling people that kind of thing? Is it something you just rather keep private? I know you said low profile, but
right. Yeah. So there's only like, well, there was certain people at this point. I kind of just don't care anymore. Like, if you see me, you're in trouble. But no, like at first, I mean, I kind of really just did want to keep it low profile, and then like, the people that I were talking to were like, "Oh, that's interesting. Like, you should talk about it." I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Why not? Because it always brings up a story, so it's always fun to talk about. So which is why I'm kind of just being open about it now. But yeah.
I feel like when the average person hears bounty hunter, they immediately think about all the movies.
Yeah.
Is it anything like that?
It is not. It is
Okay.
way different. And what's that one guy on YouTube? Patty Mayo. Have you ever heard of him?
Yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah.
He's a fucking fake.
Okay, why is that?
And so, okay,
Oh,
so
she's we're calling out another YouTuber here.
yeah, yeah.
It's
Well,
okay.
I mean,
yeah,
he even
it's
says
up.
it himself. Like it's just a movie thing. It's just for, you know, clips and whatnot. But whatever you like, Patty Mayo became very big because of, you know, being a bounty hunter and the way that he does things.
Yeah.
But it is not correct at all. It's
Okay.
it's not what we do. We don't go around and saying like, oh, you piece of shit, get on the fucking ground, like fuck
Yeah.
you. No, it's like we're all human beings and we all talk to each other with respect. And what's crazy is a lot of people like always see in movies that the bad guy is always like, you know, disrespectful or like rude or something. They're really not.
Okay.
They're really not. They got in. A lot of people actually got mixed into things that they didn't want to, or it just, you know, they just had like bad luck that day or something. and they're not a piece of shit. They're not like, you know, some trash type of people and whatnot. So it actually looks really bad for what he was doing and whatnot. So yeah.
Do you think the media? So do you think the media just portrays a bad light on what bounty hunting really is like?
Yeah.
Do you think that makes your job harder?
No, because when they actually like meet a bounty hunter and they're like, oh, like he's nothing like the movies, nothing like, you know, videos and whatnot. They're like, oh yeah, like I really appreciate you for actually treating me like a human being. Funny story. This one guy, he lived in a trailer on a property of a guy who owns this land. Apparently, the guy who owns the land was like, hey, like I know where, you know, your fugitive is. He's on my property. He's in his RV. You can come and get him. So I was like, all right. So we roll up onto his property and we surround his place, and you know, we get our guns out. We're walking up to the door. Trailer door was open, so we walked right in, and we're like, you know, get on the ground, blah blah. And then we made sure like nobody else was in there, and then we cuffed the guy, put him in the back of my car, and then he was like, hey, like I really respect you guys, and I'm like, what? Like we really just put you in handcuffs while you were sleeping, and like you flipped the fuck out. And then he was like, no, like I really respect you guys because you don't treat me like a piece of shit. Like I'm an actual human being. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, no, like absolutely, because like why would I? Like, you know, you could have gotten mixed into things. I don't know your story and whatnot. So, right. And then like it was just a joke. I was driving him to jail, and then I was like, hey, like do me a favor, rate me 5 out of 5 stars. And he was like, I got you. I'm like, these people are just everyday people, you know. They just got mixed into bad things. So yeah. But
all right, Uber. Sponsor time.
Uber, yeah.
What was that?
What do you have to do to get a bounty on you? Like how much of a
How do yeah? That's a great question, Jesse.
how many bills do
Jesse.
I have to not pay to like
Jesse asked, how do we get a bounty hunter? How does a person get a bounty hunter?
So you get arrested.
What's that? A bounty on your head. How does one get a bounty on your head? Yeah, because no one wants a bounty hunter. Because that's the receiving end. Exactly. Yeah. So how does one get a bounty on their head?
So let's just say you commit a crime or you get arrested, and then you show up and you go to court, and they're gonna say you get your bail is set to like however much money. Mm-hmm. You hire like a company to bail you out, and then you're out until your actual like court hearing.
Okay.
Yeah, about what you're actually going to be charged and whatnot. So basically, when you sign that, you're basically saying I will show up to court. You know, so however much they paid, like I'm responsible, I'll show up to court, blah blah. But you don't show up to court, and now however much your bond is worth is at risk. So let's just say, you know, your bond was like $10,000, right? And you're like, all right, yeah, if you pay $10,000 and I get out, I promise I'll come back to court. But you don't show up. And then that's when I come in and I'm like, hey, you didn't show up to court. So like now I'm just going to take you to jail, and now you can sit in there until your court date is, you know, until your court date comes.
So they're like collateral for the bond money pretty much. And you got to go find that collateral. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's only that they don't show up to court, not that they don't pay their bond. They're
Correct.
I like how Troy Bernal, is that how you say it? Troy Bernal is also in the background, and Troy's in real estate, and Troy kind of gave like a real estate perspective on it when people default on their loan. For you know, you don't pay your loan, we're gonna use this as collateral. We take your house, the bank. We take your house. You know, in bounty hunting, we take we take you.
Yeah, we'll take you. Yep. There are some states that will be like, if you don't pay it or you don't show up, we're just gonna start taking your items and whatnot.
Oh wow.
I'm not 100% sure if Delaware does that. I don't think they do. But I mean, Delaware's so fucking small. You're gonna get caught. You're gonna get caught. Like we're not. I feel like Delaware's more like we're not worried about your possessions. Like we're gonna find you.
Dude, I get caught doing things I shouldn't do all the time. So I mean, if it comes from that angle, I 100% hear you.
Right. Yep.
So okay, going off of Jesse's question, how does one get how does one get a bounty on their head? How does one get a security guard? Someone get in on this. Get in on this. We got a Mylan feature here. Hey, Mylan. This episode has been sponsored by Mylan. Read.
I mean, hey, I am kind of the reason why it's happening. I did connect.
He bought Rico. He's the glue. He's the glue. I love that. What do you think? What do you think about this episode so far?
Oh, I love it. It's very interesting.
Have you got to see Rico in that light?
Oh yeah,
Like in those kind of details?
pretty much. I mean, like I said, I went on a stakeout with him. Like I was in the car, and it was not that.
Let's get the mic closer to you.
climactic. It was not that climactic. It was more so just sitting in the car for like an hour or so, looking out for the person to like show up and everything.
So you mean when
Wilmington?
when you were in big car, there wasn't like the suspenseful music playing in the background, kind of thing like that, and you had like the binoculars.
Yeah, with the binoculars and everything. Exactly. It was a little underwhelming, but you know that it really shows that the real life of bounty hunting is more so like you do stakeouts. It's not so much of like action and this and everything.
Yeah.
You're, guns blazing and everything. But the guy did a show. So we just left.
That's crazy. All right, well, Marlon, we got your episode coming out soon, Marlon.
All right.
So stay tuned for Marlon's
Stay
episode.
tuned. Thank you, guys.
Modeling, acting, and Dahmer.
So for security, you could hire a contract company. Do I trust them? Not around here. However, if you want like private security, I know a couple of people. I mean, I've been working with them for years, and I've also actually bounty hunted with them too. So I trust them with my life. So we're not the type to just be like just standing there. We're not like what do you call them people? The one that stands at the door for like stores and whatnot. No, like we're if we see anything,
NPC.
Yeah, NPC. Yeah. But if
non-playable character, by the way.
Yeah. If we see something, we'll definitely step in and just deal with that shit immediately.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you know how when you go on Google, right?
Right.
And you look up restaurants to eat nearby, right? And they show, $1 sign, $2 signs, $3 signs, $4, et cetera, et cetera. If I were to hire a security guard, how many dollar signs am I paying here?
So
if we had to go off of that reference,
I want to say, so depending on how many hours you want,
okay.
If we're talking about maybe like
okay, so let me put you this scenario.
Okay.
Right, I got to go to this event. I want 2 security guards with me.
Okay.
I need you guys for 4 hours. How many dollar signs out of 5 are you saying this is going to cost? On a Google review, pricing wise.
I'd say about. Well, okay, so depends on where the event is. How many people are there?
It's at a local bar.
At a local bar.
I'm a high status guy that I'm just trying to go out with my friends and all kind of thing, but I need specific security
I'd
for
say
a
like
reason.
200 each. Like
200
I'd
each.
say like that's like 2. Yeah.
Wow. So 2 hours, 200 each?
4 hours, I'd say 200.
That's
not bad. It's not bad. But I also know you, so I'm not gonna fucking.
Oh, you mean I
upcharge
get best
you
price?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh shit,
Yeah, dude. If it's 200 each, we got you,
bro. The tip is gonna be great.
Now, if we're talking about like you want to go somewhere heavily populated and like you're actually like like where people want to threaten you and whatnot, then that's where it goes up. But if we're just talking about local bars here, yeah.
Jack, you ever wanted to feel what it was like to have security with you? Because I think I just unlocked a new bucket list item. Yeah, because is that actually close to that price?
Yeah.
What's that? I know, but it's like kind of like it's part of the experience.
If you want the whole thing,
I want the whole thing.
If you want the whole thing.
I don't want the demo.
Here's the thing, though. I think that with any of us, we can all agree that no matter who we're around with, I mean, I think we've each much got each other's backs, right?
Yeah. So $400, 2 hours, 2 guys.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that.
But like I said, we're not just doing we're armed. So yeah, we're also risking the fact of if we have to shoot somebody, then like that's something that we have to look into and whatnot. But if we're just talking about like you don't want anybody that's armed or anything, like we're just not gonna do it. It's not worth our time.
Can I make a specific scenario in the sense like I want to go to a specific place, kind of like the local places we go to?
Yeah, absolutely. Go
so ahead. if I want to go to a bar and trolley, right, and I want to bring you and someone else in just to have my back on for whatever reason, I'm not high profile. You know me, right? Kind of thing like that, and I just want to hire 2 people.
He's high profile. He's very high profile.
I'm not. No.
Everybody knows it. He walks in the bar. Everybody turns around and goes, Emilio.
No. It's a gabagool. But okay, so let's go off of that. It's me. I want to hire 2 of you guys, for let's say 5 hours.
5 hours. 2 for 5 hours. I'd probably say about like. Nah, I wouldn't even fuck you over like that. I'd say like 250 at most.
Shut the fuck up,
At
dude.
most.
Shut the
250 at most. I'm telling you, like, it's a fair price. A lot of people will kind of really like skyrocket it, but like I know you, and I know you're a great guy. I know my people, and they'll definitely like if I say, hey, like I need help, they'll be there.
So in that kind of area, what kind of due diligence would you have to do, kind of thing like that, if any?
So I mean, we'll just make sure you're okay. So like, if let's just say like you want to go wild and just get drunk and whatnot, like we'll make sure you're good and you don't do anything stupid. Basically, you don't get into fights or anything. Somebody tries to fight you, we're gonna step in and deal with that situation. So you can just do what you want. If let's just say you're like sloppy drunk and whatnot, we'll make sure like you get in the car and we're gonna take you home and you're good.
Oh my god!
Like we'll carry you out of there.
Now, do you want to take with me if I want you to, or are you strictly like I'm on the clock, I don't want to drink and be it?
No. I don't.
If we're
Yeah.
sorry,
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Personally, on my end, I don't want my security to be drinking with me, because they're my security.
Right.
That's it. That's.
And by security, they can have a shot or two, but we're keeping capping that.
So what were you gonna say about that?
So no, we're not gonna drink on the job because.
Took a couple shots before he.
Yeah, but that's also the movies. Movies are a lie. It's a lie.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
I mean, obviously, like movies are so cool. Like, obviously, oh yeah, like he's had so much to drink, where he can still shoot somebody and kill him. Not real life. Like a lot of people sober can't shoot for shit.
Would you ever join the Secret Service?
Would I ever join the Secret Service?
Before we go into that, I like what you were saying. Should I just contact you if I need anything?
If you do, yeah, let me know.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I got a couple of guys. Like I said, I mean I want to say like they're working like maybe 2 hours a night, and they're making like $1.50 each.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm talking about like 4 or 5 people.
Damn, I feel like that's like so undercompensated. I would be the kind, dude. I tip that like drunkenly to just freaking bouncers just because I like them.
To bouncers, not even the bartenders.
Seriously,
not even the
no,
bartenders.
the bartenders get double that. Because it's just why? Because you guys are putting yourself at risk, kind of thing. Also
Right.
take it. So, okay, I like that.
But
because,
that's
yeah.
also the other thing. A lot of times, like when I say like you don't want to hire a company for it, is because they're just
They'll
they're gonna
capitalize
half-ass-
on that.
Well, yeah, that too. But they're gonna half-ass the work.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
There are certain companies. I'm not gonna name certain companies. But I mean, I just recently bumped into a company that I used to work for. A couple of people that work there, and they're literally like clothes are like unbuttoned, and they're just in a blanket, leaning back on a chair, and I'm like,
What?
why are you even here? Like, you don't want to be here, and you're not working towards shit.
So I think this proves to the audience that relationships do pay off in the sense of like, because you already feel that good vibe out of them. And then here's the thing, he knows me, but it was also, whereas if he was probably servicing someone else, I'm sure he would take it just as serious. But as a human, I can help but feel that because we have a personal connection with one another, you would kind of be even more on your toes. Not that you would be less on your toes, kind of thing like that, but instinctively.
The objective of the job is still the same, right? But because I know you, and I know how we all behave and whatnot. Like if I see a certain sign that I'm familiar with, I will be like pulling you back. Or if we have to leave, then we're just gonna leave. Yeah, just to make sure everybody's okay and you're not getting into any sort of mess. I'm not just saying like you're a messy person, but I'm just saying like overall.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
Listen, we got a trip in Tampa coming up. I might need you.
I'm down for it. I'm down for it.
Yeah, he could be the team and his company. If anyone else that wants on your team could come along, the official Apex security team.
Well, I already signed up for that. Actually, speaking. Oh
yeah,
no,
so
what was the last
anyway,
time?
we could take care of that too.
Yeah.
I mean,
I did the what was the QR
fill out
code?
form.
Yeah, I filled that out. Yep.
So that's a great transition to Apex real quick. So
Yeah, absolutely.
for those that don't know, Apex is a destination. It's a
Destination.
It's a
destination.
Jesus.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's a destination development company in the sense of that we all go to a specific destination and we gather around with a group of people and we experience different workshops and different group activities and team activities where we all just help each other just develop one another as individuals. The name EPEX actually came about from Mylan.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. He's upstairs.
Lord.
But he is. Every time Molly and I would go out, and every time Molly go out, and we would go to hang out with people, Molly would point out at people. He would say, he would say, give them the EP experience.
Oh, you know,
Molly, you remember this?
That. I remember hearing that.
I'm going about how I came up with the EPEX name, and you would say, go give them the EP experience, right? Yeah, you can.
All right, so how the EPEX came along is because Emilio Pastor. If you know him, you know it is an experience just being in his presence, hanging around him. I mean, the guy just before he even knew my name, he already bought me and my friend a drink for my friend's birthday and everything. So whenever you're hanging out with Emilio or you're going out with Emilio and everything, it's always an experience. So, EP, Emilio Pastor, experience. Give him the EPEX, the Emilio Pastor experience, the EP experience. So, I would like to say that I would like to think that I helped him coin the phrase.
Yes, you did.
EPEX.
Yes, you did. Rico, outside of security, bounty hunting, you told me what it last we left on was, what hiring a security team looks like, what to expect, kind of thing like that. Who is Rico outside of security, bountying, partying? What else does Rico do on the side?
So what I've done, I've actually went through fire academy. I was trying to go into being a firefighter. It was a lot of fun. But then I got offered a job to move back to Delaware, so I did. But I don't know if I really gave up on that life, but it's still there. But right now, for me, I'm trying to be a personal trainer, so I'm going through the course of being a personal trainer.
Okay, yep. That's awesome.
Yep. Turns out it's a lot more fucking work than I thought it was going to be. Jesus Christ. Apparently it's not you lift weights like this and then you get big. No, it's a lot of stuff into it. Yeah.
Okay. So what led you to be a personal trainer?
So I started working out very consistently, I want to say maybe back in 2020.
Okay.
And then I just kind of just fell in love with just weightlifting and stuff. So it's built my confidence through the years, I guess. And it's just been so much fun. And I've realized a lot of people don't know how to really work out or do a certain exercise, which I would love to help and, help you, reach your goals and whatnot. So
That's awesome.
I started taking
you and my friend Kamal need to meet. I don't know. Have you met Kamal?
I want to say I think I did.
Kamal.
Yeah, I think I did.
Because that's literally what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's literally what he's doing. And I think any goal is easier to achieve when you try to aim at it together, kind of thing like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of have a partner on it.
Especially if, like I said, a lot of people I see working out at the gyms, they kind of don't seem like they know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Not to really shit on them, but I would love to just, even without...
Ignorance is bliss.
You don't have to hire me or anything. I would love to. If you ask me a question of hey, can you teach me how to do this? Absolutely, I would love to help you out and just teach you how to do it right and get reach your goals.
So you love helping the little guy in every way.
Love it.
In every way, whether it's their safety, whether it's their physical attributes. That's awesome, man. That's very selfless of you.
I like helping people. It's just, you don't get a better feeling than to help somebody.
That's awesome, man.
It's just amazing.
You sometimes you just sense, the goodness out of some people, and I definitely sensed that out of you a long time ago. Oh, jeez, tear emoji, cute tear emoji. Here, someone get the what are the teardrop thingies? The with the V.
The eye drops. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't fucking know. Yeah, Visine, yeah.
Visine.
So, that
works too.
So, but hold on, you do something else too.
What's that?
Walk me through your photography stuff.
Oh man, dude, I haven't touched that in a while. I used to do a little bit of photography. I kind of started doing videography for my one friend that goes to the gym too, and we've been recording each other and whatnot. I did do a lot of graduation photos, but after that, I kind of moved. I moved out of Delaware, so I moved to Maryland, and when I moved to Maryland, nobody really wanted to model for photos or anything. So I was like, all right, whatever. Like I'll just wait until I move back to Delaware or something. Move back here, and then nobody wants to do it either. So I kind of just put a pause on that. Yeah.
Okay. So if someone approached you and said, Rico, I need you for a photo shoot kind of thing, would you take them up on it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Perfect. Yeah.
Just as a,
She said perfect.
as a curious person that dabbles in photography, what was your equipment? What did you shoot?
Okay, Jesse wants to know about the specific equipment you use. Like, is it?
Dude, it's been so long. I'm talking about years now. I barely touch my camera. All I know is
Just follow his page. You'll find that it's not the equipment, it's the person using it.
No, but
it looks like he uses as well.
I had a Canon EOS. I want to say 7. I think it was. I bought multiple lenses for that. I did like doing portrait photos and candid photos. So those were like my like top things. But then again, like people don't want to model for it or like want to be there for it. They're always like, I don't want you taking pictures of me. Like this is weird. I'm like, if you don't,
how ironic I think that is.
What? Why?
Your literally best friend is literally a model here.
That's what I'm saying. you know what's even more funnier than that? He hasn't taken a picture with me yet.
What?
Yeah, he hasn't.
Set it up.
Oh,
Have you asked? Have you asked?
Set it up.
Photographer.
The amount of times I asked him, I was like, "Yeah, you want to do photos?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm down."
said
And then
yes.
he never shows up. Never
What?
does
You're
anything.
the one with the camera. You have to let me know.
I'm the one with the
All
camera.
right.
You're the one with the camera. You have to let me know.
So
I'm a stranger for
Oh god.
Official EP podcast request is that Rico finally closes it out with Mylan because Mylan is a model and Rico is a photographer amongst all the other things. But yet haven't done a photo shoot. Can we do it? Can we make that happen?
I would hope so.
I would hope.
Can we make that happen?
It's been years.
We literally do everything else together. How we've not done.
It's
So
been
if
years.
I set up a date,
Yes.
if I
Set up
said
a
that
date.
we're no in the
We'll
sense,
just do it tomorrow. I don't care.
You can do that.
okay, we'll be more realistic about it though because right now drinks have been going. So
Lucky doesn't wake up
so I'll
tomorrow.
follow up on this, but let's make that happen.
Oh yeah.
I'll be the
I'm
accountability
definitely down.
partner,
I'm
the
definitely
accountability
down.
partner, because Mylan loves posting modeling pictures,
Mylan
as he
loves
should,
just
as he should.
Photos taken of him. So
Exactly.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
absolutely.
what it's the perfect duo.
That's what I'm saying, but it ain't happened.
Oh man. So yeah, we'll make that happen. But holy crap, Rico, we've learned a lot.
Yeah. I mean, this
From
is a lot
you
of,
tonight.
This is a lot of I don't really want to meet me. I say, but yeah.
We've learned so much about you. We learned about security, bounty hunting, photography, and now you're endeavoring into the fitness space.
Right.
So, I mean, man, you have a whole lot going on, man. And
Yeah,
and here's the thing: there's a lot of people that just say, "I'm in this, I'm in that, I'm in the other," and it's like a one sentence thing.
Right.
You went very in depth with on all of them, so that's why I could tell that you take it just as serious in one area as much as you're doing in the other.
Oh, absolutely.
And I appreciate that very much. It's very admirable.
Well, you gotta
of
always do your best at whatever you're doing. You know.
That's so awesome. I respect that about you. Rico, is there anything else you want to touch on? Is there any questions you have for me? Anything at all? Anything else that we might have missed?
No, but to be honest, I'm actually very excited about the trip,
Yeah.
the EP experience, dude. I'm actually very excited about that. I definitely want to be there. I did already. Sign up
you
for
sent
the
it.
information and whatnot. Yeah, so that request off. As soon as I get more details, I'm in.
Oh, I got all
I'll-
the deets.
What's it like in August, right?
Yeah, August 17th to the 20th, baby.
I take off whenever.
Yeah.
I take off
mark it.
like I'll request off the week
I'll-
before.
we'll take care of it.
I'm
We'll take
out.
care of it.
I'm out. What are you gonna do? Fire me?
I already have numbers.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk numbers like behind doors.
Yeah,
though.
we definitely didn't get into deep details. but
It's lower than what I said in the survey, though.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
That's so much better.
So that's the good part about it. But then it's lower than what I put out in the survey, but you get to experience multiples in the sense of like luxury and experience.
As long as I can take my pants off, dude, I'm good.
Oh my god. Well, you could do that. You could do that in your own bathroom at the
In
mansion.
my own bathroom. I get my own bathroom. Yeah, as long as I take my.
You also
clothes
get
off,
your
I'm
own
good.
desk, your own fridge, and your own room, and all that stuff with a view of the pool.
With the view of the pool.
So, yeah, Rico, is there anything else?
Not that I know of.
Rico.
This was fucking great.
Wow, what an episode! Does anyone have any questions to Rico? Any questions for Rico? Anything at all?
I have a question.
Oh, you always do. Jesse, what is it?
Where can I find you on social media?
Rico, should we find your yeah? Because you have your photography business, and
I
people
do.
see your fitness. By the way, your Snapchat and your Instagram
Lord.
quotes. Oh my God, let's save that. Let's save that for another time because I want you back.
Okay, I
want you
figured this
back.
was gonna come up, but I didn't. Okay,
Yeah, we'll touch on that on your sequel.
Okay, yep. So for photography, if this would load, it's underscore Lee's Lens, LEESLENS, Lee's Lens, and then my regular like personal blog is Cruddy Rico Jr. On Snapchat, it's shit me twice with 2 E's at the end of twice.
Dang, he promoted the Snap too.
Yeah. Probably not gonna add you on Snap though. Okay, so
If you want to see his toxic stories, it's Rico Jr.
Yeah.
All right. So if you want to see my toxic stories, I post toxic things. It's entertaining. Cruddy Rico Jr. on Instagram.
Now Rico's a great guy. Just take it from me as the audience knows me. Rico is a very genuine guy. I mean, he's a great time to be around. He's a good friend, and he's a guy you can open about to things that you can't open about to other people. So Rico is definitely a good guy to be around. So we'll take that for what it is. Rico, it has been an amazing episode. My God,
So fun.
You know, amazing background, interesting background, very insightful information that you have given us here this evening, and definitely going to be utilizing some of your services.
Yeah.
And just even if it's just for the experience of it. But I'm very excited for you to come out for EPEX and as well as everybody in the background. It's gonna be a great time. Like I said, anything else you want to touch on, or are we good here?
No, you know what's crazy? I'm actually very glad that you took very interest as well as the audience. I mean, like I'm glad like I'm the first person to go into my line of work and be out here. So and just tell you a little bit of what I do. It's been a lot of fun. I love all the questions. Everything was just great.
Dude,
Everything was
likewise,
just
man.
great.
Likewise. You've been an amazing guest, man. Thank you so much. I
Thank you.
appreciate you,
Thank
brother.
you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been as Rico Jr. as we know him. Can we clap it up for him one time?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Shout out for Rico. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the EP podcast. If you enjoyed what you have seen this evening, because I know I have, please subscribe, like, and comment, and share it with your friends, because we just need to get this kind of information out to the world.